With another episode of Whiskey Crusaders. Got to start our lovely Advent calendar. Of course, joined by Steve and Ben as usual for the fun. And of course, Violet wants to give us some background noise. We got that going for us. So she should be quiet now. All right. Put the names up there. We got that. So we got day 12 through 18. We got two streams tonight. We got this stream plus the next one, Broken Barrel at 10:30. So it's going to be lots of fun. So we're going to get straight into the drinking. So, number 12.
Day 12.
See what we got here.
What?
Ooh, they got Kroger ad today. Oh boy, that's super exciting. I'm just so excited about that. I'm not.
I think that's malt I'm getting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Malt, but more like that malted rye. It's got a lot of chocolate to it. Interesting.
Yeah,
it's funky.
A little bit funky. Got some legs to it too.
Yeah, it really does. Wow. Crap. Some serious ones. You're not kidding.
I wonder if this is going to be an American single malt, if that's the note that I'm getting on it.
Maybe.
We've had that discussion.
Yeah.
That there's the cut point, that the distillation limit of 80% for non-light whiskey in the U.S.
Right. Makes a big difference.
It makes a difference in particularly malt in how that comes out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, there's a note that all American single malts have that I don't get on Irish or Scotch or English or French malt. So there's something, but it's every American single malt I've had has had it. From Virginia or Texas or Colorado or Washington, doesn't matter. So the only thing that I'm left with is the cuts.
Hey, Donald, good to see you. Yeah, that's just as weird in the palate as it was on the note. Yeah, I gotta figure some kind of malted rye in here. That's what I usually pick up. That bizarre note.
Yeah, no, this is different. This is different than what I'm than the ASM funk that I'm thinking of.
No lost hope on the stream tonight. Yeah, Travis didn't ask to come on tonight. I mean, he can if he wants to. I don't care. Anyone who has the calendar is invited to join any evening they'd like to.
I think I think last week was because there was the
Cedar Ridge. Yeah,
the Cedar Ridge. Yeah,
that was
I didn't know much about it at all, but I kind of jumped on the opportunity to get that with the finish that we got. So
yeah, that was a great bottle.
Yeah,
I think this is some kind of malted rye. Because I get this in like Stawning and Old Potrero and things like that.
So either that or American single malt.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was from Denmark or something.
But yeah, that's the other thing. This could be some flyer that I have no
clue. Or sometimes you get this on like German single malts or malted rye. Some of their malted rye taste like this too.
I gave it a drop of water and it made the nose the same, just more so.
Even more of that, yes.
Yep. But hey, I mean, with the legs we were getting off of that, there's so much oil in there.
Oh yeah, the oil in this is crazy.
Pretty much exactly what I'd expect off of a drop of water. That it would.
It's wild.
That would be, yeah. Hey Ben.
I go with malted rye of some sorts. At the very least, in there, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be a single malt as far as a malted rye being the single malt, not a malted barley. It is crazy oily, though.
Yeah, I am very curious as to what that one is.
Wild.
You guys aren't far off. There's
all right. So what do we got?
American single malt.
It is American single malt. Okay.
From Portland, so that should narrow it down tremendously. That it is a.
So this is a beer. So this is somebody to make beer called Westland, then. Oh yes, it is.
Westward. Yeah.
Westward. Sorry, something Westward.
But it is the 2022 Chardonnay finish.
Chardonnay finish.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
So they don't give much detail on how long it was in the Chardonnay casks for.
Huh.
Interesting.
They say it's from the Russian River Valley. They don't give a vineyard whatsoever.
Okay.
But it's at 45, so we're talking 90 proof, which for that oiliness you just wouldn't expect for that.
That's wild.
That makes me think that it picked up a lot from that Chardonnay cask.
For real.
Yeah.
It picked up something else extra from there.
Yeah. But
And
I was able to try
does it give an age? It doesn't give an age overall on it.
My guess is that everything there is probably between 4 and 6 years.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Could be even longer though. With as oily and viscous as it was.
Yeah, they did not say, but you can still pick this up if anyone who had it or wants to have it. It's part of their cask expedition club. It's free to join, but every quarter or every month you decide they send you a bottle, and it's like I think it's $90 shipped out the door to almost every state. I can't guarantee it's every state.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting,
but it's not bad. It's still on their website. They have 26 in stock, but the only thing they give you is that it held Chardonnay from the Russian River Valley. Its brightness and acidity brings that couples with the spiciness. I will say two things. Westward's cask selection is from Kelvin Cooperage. A lot of it is kiln dried age, so the stuff you're getting is not the best. They are doing a lot of heavy finishing, which does make it better.
Right, because it covers up the kiln.
It's covering up a lot of those woody, grassy notes that we don't really.
So Westward to me always has that funky, because they're originally beer guys. Yeah. Always has that weird beery, which is very similar to malted rye. They have that weirdness to it that they always, no matter what Westward you get, they always taste that way. And I don't know why, but it's kind of like Balcones is that thumbprint. That's the Westward thumbprint, is that weird funk. And I didn't think about them coming up with that weirdness. But, this is interesting.
I was able to go out to Portland this year and pick up this bottle.
No, no.
This chili's pretty cool. Like, the guys there, they're doing it right. They know what they're doing. Everything.
Yeah, they're cool people. I know we had them on the show like 4 years ago. We had their Chandler Irving was on with one of their reps for Texas.
Yeah.
It was cool stuff.
It's all young. I would say nothing's over the age of 10 years now. Which
I've had some stuff that Chris got that was amazing from there. Were some single malt picks here for Thompson's, the speakeasy here. So, because how long have they been making whiskey? Is it 10 years the max? That probably can't be much longer than that.
I want to say they started in 2016, 2015, but they might have started earlier.
Okay,
they were 53 gallons. They were doing like these small 36-gallon barrels.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
So that's kind of a problem for me. First, it was over oaked, and then the profile was not the same.
Yeah,
I went to a tasting with them, and I thought everything was absolute crap back in 2017, and I was like, "This is not. It's better now, but they're heavily finishing what they're doing."
Yeah, you're right. I think everything's like the stout here. I got there's another red wine finish there. I got a couple other ones. You're right. They're all finished, or they're the basic bitch one, and that's pretty much what you're right. That's what you find. But I think, like you said, because of the barrels, you have to cover it up. So
maybe Freedom Malts, you're right. They might have switched in 2015.
Okay. Starting away, I think they had switched. Does that switch to 53 or switch to their own distillate or something?
That I don't know. I don't know much about them other than they're one of the few American single malts that I think is comparable to what we get from Scotland. I mean, I would say them, Westland, Cooper Works, Balcones.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right. Well, that was good. That was interesting. And you don't see really Chardonnay cask is very rare.
That's a rare whiskey finisher.
Only thing else I've tried in a Chardonnay cask, there's a Tamavulin Chardonnay I've got, and a Distiller's Art. I've got a Chardonnay cask. That's it. that I can think of. Alrighty then. Thanks, kid.
Oh, never mind. It said 1 year in French oak. So there you go. That's
all right questions.
Yeah. Had to dig down a little bit more on their release.
And it's French oak too. Okay.
French oak. Oh wow, French oak for sure. Okay.
That also contributes to the funkiness of it. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. All right, you ready to move on to 13?
Yep.
All righty. Let's see what we got here. Ooh.
Pretty big departure.
Yeah, that smells nothing like we just had.
Yeah.
Basic bitch and heavily finished sounds like a South Park episode about hookers. Butters at his bottom bitch.
Wow.
Thanks, Donald. Oh, that's right, Ben. Demon Hunter. That's had that. Glenn Moray's got one too. I've got a couple of those. I forgot about those too. Yeah, there's a 10-year and then a non-age stated version. Yeah, the difference is the Chardonnays were different on those two because we kind of on the show and compared them.
Whoa.
Okay. I like the way that noses, though. I'll tell you that. Smells fantastic. Okay. What are we doing? Why are we running back and forth, back and forth? Jeez. I think it was a race up here tonight.
I have to go with this.
Mm.
I'm gonna need something to scrub my tongue after this one before I go to the next one, just to be fair.
But the heavy peat doesn't do it for you?
Well, it's okay. So I am not a huge peat head, but I don't have like Sarah's aversion to peat. There are times that I feel like I'm in a peat mood, and I'm gonna smoke it up. After I swallowed this, the finish was just like my tongue was coated in ashes.
Oh yeah, it's super ashy.
Yeah.
So I'm going with a Isla.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think that's rather.
I know I'm going out on a limb here with this one, boys. But I'm Isla, but I'm not. I can't quite tell who. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's not Lafroig because I'm not getting any of that medicinal rubbery that you just get smacked in the face with Lafroig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's Ardbeg.
It's not quite. It's
not meaty enough.
It doesn't seem Ardbeg.
It's not sweet enough to be Lagavulin. I mean, there's always Coahuila.
Well, Donald has an interesting question for long row peated.
I have done that already, so
yeah, that was one of my notes.
Yeah,
he did put that long row peated in the other day, and it was fabulous. You're not the fan.
That was the one where I said, is this a Campbelltown? I'm liking it less and less with every step.
Yeah. That was it. I don't think it's Lacheg.
Maybe Coloman?
I will say this bottle is not available in the U.S. It does not help you, but to anyone who's looking and saying these notes,
but I do appreciate that, which makes it even better.
I see. I'm wondering maybe a Coloman.
It's super ashy, which Coloman does present that at times for sure.
That's why I was wondering. I'm trying to think. Who has the really ashy peat? Brooklotti at times.
Oh, Westward is part of Diageo. Okay.
Of
course, and then Westland's, of course, Remy Cointreau.
Yeah.
It's not Bunnahabhain. I don't know. It doesn't taste big body,
I think.
Yeah, it has that crazy ashiness.
But then I got like a little bit of fruity sweet.
Yeah.
After adding a drop of water.
Maybe
a sherry finish? A little bit of sherry on that? I don't know.
Shag Pete is just a slap of furry smoked beaver furthest than a fire by a Celtic truth. That's totally it.
Could be.
Granted, that Signature Lachega is amazing.
I'm more of a Tobermory fan myself than a Lecheg fan.
Like that more.
I do like them both, but
I think I've really only maybe had the 10. I don't know. Maybe I have a 12 around here. I don't know. I have to look at my list. I do have some really nice Tobermory single, other casts though that are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're independent bottlers.
That Tobermory 12 in Scotland, I think, is £43. It's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, I'm just at
so
the point.
We're saying this is Isla, correct? Like we're
yeah,
saying
I'm going with Isla.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that seems.
Donald has an interesting point. If this is,
yeah, if you get some of the crazy Bunahaven special, that's true.
Options can come off like that.
True. Yeah, it's one of the special editions, certainly. Especially if it's one you can't get here. Whatever it is, it tastes amazing.
No, that's pretty good.
First time I had this was at the end of a blind tasting, and it was ranked. So it was a decades. It was a decades. Each decade was one bottle. Started from 1960s all the way to present day. This was the present day bottle. Was ranked 10 out of 10. So everyone was it was 7 dudes from Denmark, me, and 2 Englishmen.
Nice.
And everyone was like,
we're on day 13 Freedom Malts.
The
Bunahaven Canasta. Yeah, that's the one we had. I know we had that last week. The Canasta.
That was day 9.
9. Okay, I knew we had another that was good.
9.
That was one of like, what the hell's Canasta? And we found out it was some crazy expensive one.
It's blended sherry at the beginning, then aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on 13 Freedom Malts.
So what do we got here, Ben?
This is a blend from Morrison Distillers. It's the Mactala Fesh Eel 2023 release PX finish.
Go Jimenez. Okay. So we got Isla sherry finished.
Yep.
Okay.
It's cast strength at 54.6.
Nice.
Interesting.
It's the same producers that produced the Carnmore that we had from the Longhorn 8-year-old.
Nice.
They're doing amazing things. Like, they will not tell you exactly what's in this bottle, but I'm guessing there's Koila, there's maybe some Bunahaven. But it's all Isla finished for their Mactala line.
Okay.
I will say you can still get this online. It's $86 plus shipping, but there were about 1,000 bottles for the world. 750 to 800 of them were in the UK only.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't get that brand obviously here. Okay, so it's very cool. It's very good.
Yeah, I've seen pictures in Hong Kong, in South Africa, but in Europe all over. But like, I've never seen it in the States. It might be coming.
Sure.
I would not be surprised because Morrison is doing a heavy brand campaign all for international whiskeys.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Could you stop running?
Is it? It does say single malt. Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, it's a single malt, whatever it is.
Single malt, but I would say this is definitely. I don't think this is a single malt. Like, I think there's definitely a blend here because there's like no distinct distillery that you could say this is from.
Unless it's just an off weird barrel.
Yeah.
Which it totally could be. Whoever the hell it's from.
I moved on to day 14 and I have no effing clue what I'm
certainly, like you said, be Kalila, which they do obviously.
I'm just trying to make sure that we keep it moving this week because you have another stream that you have to.
Yes, but an hour.
We can't take an hour and 40 minutes going through the 7 like we did last week.
Yeah.
I didn't object last week. I was fine with that. The timing all worked out. You can't do that tonight. You don't got time for it. What the hell is this?
Okay.
See what I mean?
The fuck? That's really, yeah. Going from what we've gone to, this is like, it's so light and pretty.
is this maybe a lowland? Is that the edge that I'm getting?
I don't know. I haven't. It's very light and floral.
That's so good.
Or is it just that my palate and nose got screwed up from the smoke?
Oh, hey Spencer. Oh, I really like that. That is really unique. Hey, Ryan.
Sweet and very spicy. A lot of French oak, I think.
Yeah, and like juicy fruit.
Yeah, sweet and fruity, but also it's got that oak spice that makes me think of French oak instead of American.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fruit snack of whiskey. Hey, Andy.
Yeah, it's
really interesting. Yes, the castle is still leaking. If anyone saw the episode today that got dropped from the short, if it rains in the next 3 days, it's not going to be good. It's supposed to rain hard and all day long for like 3 or 4 days straight. But yeah, they started putting the front of the bar on today. And Patreon, I'll post some of the pictures here later tonight of what the update on that is. And they're finishing some of the drywall, finish more AC. So they should electrical next week. Curtain should go in next week. They're finishing some of the security stuff today. So yeah, they were doing lots of fun stuff when we were over there earlier.
That is interesting.
I don't know.
That the barrel, it's got to be barrel spice. But that
I agree on that.
Is really throwing me off on picking out the rest of it.
But country, I'm not real sure. I think it's some kind of a single malt. I think
it is a single malt. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Donald. That's exactly what they are.
Country or
country Scotland.
So it is Scotch.
It is Scotch. Yes.
Okay.
It's
maybe a lowland then.
If I give you the region, you will probably guess what it is.
Gives you the region. So I don't know. Is this like an Auchentoshan?
No.
Like, because it didn't quite have the bite that I always get from that.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
But there was enough something going on there that the barrel spice. I was wondering if that was getting in the way of my plucking out whatever else it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost feel that this is finished in red wine.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Or like Spencer just said, fruity, tannic, and pepper.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly what. And but I can't figure out what the hell it is.
I like it.
It's very interesting. It's good, and it's really interesting.
It's very unique.
I'm glad you like it, Matt, because you raved about it when I was up there last time.
Good, because I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you're consistent.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever this is really good, but really unique.
Yeah.
That means Ben either brought it with him last time or you already have it.
Do you think that helps me remember anything? How much shit me and Ben have drank?
Yeah. Well, I know. Matt,
when we get together, it's like 40 or 50 different things usually.
Matt, I was there a week and a half ago. Do you think I don't know what the condition is like right now?
Exactly. Yeah. You don't know exactly. I don't know what I gave you either.
So you were raving about this, and I already earmarked it and bought two, one to put in the calendar and one to keep. And I didn't want to say anything other than like, "Oh, that's really cool." Not that you would remember it, but I was like, "Man, he has no idea."
Okay, drop it.
It's fabulous.
Remember how you hit Campbelltown, Steve?
That's Campbelltown?
Yep, Glen Scotia.
I was like, that must be Glen Scotia then. Yeah.
Okay. Their 2021 Campbelltown Malts Fest release.
Okay.
It's a 10-year-old with a Bordeaux red wine finish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so red wine. Yep.
Yep, fabulous stuff.
Yeah.
Well, maybe maybe I just need to focus more on Glen Scotia for my Campbell.
Yeah, because you're right. If you don't like Springbank, I think Glen Scotia would actually be a good one for you because they're very different.
Springbank, Longrow, Hazelburn had all of them.
Yeah, I've got the whole lineup of the Glen Scotia that you think. I think that you would like those. Like, I think Victoriana would be something you probably would like.
Yeah,
to be honest, I think that'd be a good one for you to. If you're going to try one. That's I really love Victoriana in general, but
I have a couple single casks that are unpeated, finished in sherry, which are amazing.
Oh,
so like there's everyone wants to talk about Springbank and Hazelburn and Longrow, and I'm like, Glen Scotia, this is amazing,
and you can find it, and it's affordable.
Yeah,
this was $60, like legit.
Exactly.
It's sitting on the shelf still at Total Wine in Austin for $60.
What a great deal!
Yeah. Like, where else are you going to find it? It's limited, but like it's over 10,000 bottles. So for me, that's not limited anymore.
Yeah,
I may have to go see if I can get that here and track down a bottle just so I can say that I have a bottle of Campbelltown on the shelf.
Yeah,
it's the one region I'm missing right now. I've even got an Auchentoshan 18 sitting back there. So
wow,
I've even got a Lowlands.
I like that a lot.
I actually don't mind the Auchentoshan 18. I think it's pretty good.
I have one. I actually, I looked at the other day. It's not open. I've never opened the 18.
Yeah.
But then I find a lot of things like, oh, this isn't open. Oh, this isn't open. Cool.
The thing is that the liquor store that I got it at was on the campus of the University of Minnesota. That one is shut. That one's been shut down and been replaced because they tore down the block and put up a new building.
Good reason.
But they had the bottle sitting there. And I had to stop and triple check the price tag to make sure I was reading it right because it was like $60.
Yeah,
hell yeah, it's a great price.
Now I will say this came out in 21. It didn't hit store shelves in Texas until 22. We're at the end of 23. That might not be the price anymore, and if you can still find it, you're probably looking at like closer to $200 because it is limited.
I think Mirage has that one too. I want to say they want like 70 or 80 for it.
Yeah, we were at Mirage that night, and you were telling me to pick it up, and I was like, oh, maybe I will next time I'm up here because I already have a couple bottles.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but like I found mine at Total Wine, and it was dirt cheap at $60.
Uh-oh. Did Matt intentionally blank that out, or?
Yeah, he's talking to his kids. What
are you grabbing? $49.99.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
admittedly this was like back in 2018, early 2019, but even then I'm like, it's an 18-year-old single malt for $49.99.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll try an Auchentoshan and see if I like it.
Yes, that's a solid choice. The answer to that is yes. The cool thing...
Yeah, I think I'll take one of these.
I'm trying to think. Because I know when I got my Glen Scotia 18, I don't even think it was 100 yet. I think it was still under 100 at the time. It's over 100 now. But at the time, I think it was like $85. Like, this was a few years ago.
It's 180 pounds at the store.
Damn.
In Campbelltown. Yeah, the 18.
Screw that.
The 25, when they have it, they only have one bottle per month, 700 pounds. Yeah.
One bottle a month?
Wow. Yeah. Now, granted, the 25 is freaking awesome.
They have a 36-year-old for 3,000 pounds if you really want to.
Or get right on that.
Pass.
Yeah.
That's the point in time, like, nah, I can't do that. Even if I tried it, I'm sure it'd be cool to try it, but it's not. It can't be worth that for a bottle.
I was there in October. Their cheapest single cask was $300, and it was a 10-year-old. So the pricing is way skewed.
Yeah, which is funny because here it's so much cheap. How bizarre!
They're asking a premium price point because they see what the secondary is going for and saying, well, you can make that money. And honestly, Glen Scotia is very good. They're offering these what we just had at a reasonable price point.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Some of their stuff is super expensive, and I can't justify that.
The good news is, we know some people there too, so that doesn't hurt. So
yeah,
I might be able to find some extra special things for very reasonable prices occasionally when I get a phone call.
Well, the importer does happen to live in DFW, so
he does. You're right. I've been to lunch with him a few times. So he's been to my house a few times.
Yeah,
so,
I saw him a few times. He got me a tour of Loch Lomond, which was super nice.
Nice. Yeah, Forbes is a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if anyone needs a good pricing on Little Mill, and I realize Little Mill is very expensive, but if anyone does want Little Mill, he will give you a very good price on it. And he's not going to be cheap, but it'll be a lot cheaper than you can get it for.
I will say the cheapest one I've ever seen that his price was $3,000. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Like,
yeah. But it's a closed distillery, and they're not making any more. Like,
right.
So I will preface this: you will never be able to taste this bottle again. Anyone who had this calendar, thank you for trying it. I would love your opinions on it.
15?
Yeah, day 15.
Oh, yeah. I'm smelling this one, and I'm again stuck in the. What am I?
Did pour this right?
Nice and dark.
It's delicious. I almost wonder if it's the same distillery. But
I will say it's from the same city.
Okay. I was like, that tastes very similar.
Some peat in there this time, I think. Not overly so.
Oh. That's fantastic stuff. Was it some kind of like Hazelburn then?
No.
No,
it's not from Springbank. It's not from Glen Scotia.
Well, at least only one other one. Kilkerran.
It's not from Kilkerran.
Who the hell else is in that same city? Is there some other distillery that's new I don't know about?
What if it wasn't a distillery, though?
Oh.
What if this is a blend?
What if it was a blending house?
There is one of those there. This is valid. This is a good point. It's a really good blend. So is it a blend of the different ones in that city?
Well, that would be Campbelltown Lock, which we already had.
It's true. Is that the only blend of Well, that's not true. There's that Journey series. You tried that?
Yeah.
Well, and then there's
all right.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're in Campbelltown though.
Ryan says his number 15 is ranked as 7th so far. Okay.
I can't think the.
I'll take 7 out of 15. Yeah. Well, actually, we're on what, day 19? Yeah.
18.
Well, we're on 15 at the moment, so yeah.
Well, we're on 15. We're up to 18.
No,
Yeah.
right.
The calendar overall is on 18.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. I think I like the last one a little bit better.
That's fine.
But this one seems like it has more going on to it that I would need more time. Oh.
I need to just pour a little bit more because it's delicious.
I got the water dropper out for a reason. I should use it.
This is cast strength, so I'll give you the strength is 54.9.
Okay. It didn't taste that hot.
Thank you, Freedom Malts. Thank you, Ryan.
Very cool. Oh, it's spectacular. So is it a blend or a blended malt?
It's a blend.
Okay. Interesting. So what grains in here then? Must be mostly malt.
Very nicely.
don't taste really any grains at all.
No.
Or it's really old grains. It's the other possibility.
You get old nut. Yeah, you get old nut. I got a couple of old bottles of grain up there that are really pretty damn good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'm a huge old 25-plus-year-old grain is.
Hell yes. This shit is amazing.
You don't necessarily even need to get 25 plus. You need 20, somewhere around 18. You get that 17, 18, 19 seems to be, where you get like in malt, you get like 15 is kind of that point where you really turn the corner, and then, sort of take, you get a good rise up to 18, and then it kind of plateaus, and you got kind of the gradual climb up. It seems that that's about 3 to 5 years later on grain.
I will say, older grain usually in third, fourth fill. The stuff like if it's good at 20 years old, we're talking first, second fill. On average,
fantastic at 25.
Yeah, fantastic at 25. Yeah.
Yep.
But like, it used to be grain distillation was put into whatever cask you had, did not matter.
Yep.
And nowadays that's changed more.
For the better.
Yeah.
There's like the only like one bright, shiny note. That's just your grain in there then.
And there's some fruity in there along with that color, so I'm guessing
for sure
some degree of finish. Not heavily.
No, not heavily, yeah, but it's really nice.
So,
all right,
I'm gonna say this is a Cadenhead's blend.
Okay,
it was blended by me. So
no shit.
My picture is on the bottle.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, I gotta make you big for this shit. That is awesome. That is fabulous. So, do you know what you put into it? Do they tell you, or is it just?
So this is an experience you can pay. I think it's £75. You can go to Cadenhead's in Campbelltown. You can do what I did. You get a certification, like you get a card with your name, the date, the person that was doing it. You get a nice glass at the end of it. Maybe you can see. But
nice.
Yeah, you have. This is exactly what's in it. Now I can't tell you the exact distilleries, because they do not know themselves, but I can tell you the quantities and what everything was finished in.
Interesting. Wow. So how did you decide?
3 space sides and a pair of lowlands.
Yep.
Or wait a minute, or were there a couple of them?
The PX was...
3 of them weren't included. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so PX was Highland, Oloroso Highland, a grain was the lowland, but like at 28 years old, it was... Yeah, and then the P. I'm guessing it was Kalila. That's just,
I'm sure it is most likely.
That's a good bet there.
Yeah. So when you go, you do this. You're given these 8 samples. Was it 8 samples or 10 samples? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 samples, and it's just put into you in test tubes, and they tell you like nose them, taste them, write a few notes, but like we will tell you what they are at the end, but like you go in completely blind. So you kind of just make your own blend, and you have an hour to an hour and a half, and it took me about 45 minutes. But I came up with this, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, I fell in love with it, but it's also, you're the one blending it, and it's all cask-strength whiskeys here. Yeah. But if you know anything about Cadenheads, the orange labels mean it has grain. The green labels is all single malt.
Okay.
Have you had that 30-year Cadenhead, that blend?
The 7-star?
Yeah.
I have not. I know a couple people who have a bottle. They haven't opened it yet, but like I would love. So this is a 700. This is a 700 bottle. They let me fill it up to about here. They did not care. So I have a little bit left if you want to compare.
Yeah, I've got this. I've got an open one of the 7. It's fantastic stuff.
I'll put it in a sample bottle so it doesn't have all this air in it.
Yeah, it's good. Then we can compare.
Yeah, I'd love to compare.
Thank you.
This is. I would say there were 3 tours to do when you go to Campbelltown. Springbank barley to bottle. It's a full day. You show up at 10. You leave by about 3 in the afternoon if you're lucky. Sometimes it goes until about 4:30. and it's a distillery tour, tasting, lunch, and then you do a blending session at the end of it, and you go take your own bottle.
Cool.
This is the Cadenheads blending session. It's about 2 hours. It's really fun. And then the Glen Scotia warehouse tasting with Ian McCallister. And he's the distillery manager of Glen Scotia. And it's about 3 hours, and you just walk and talk and drink whiskey straight from the barrel. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's rough thing to have to do.
Oh yeah.
For my taste, I think I would have gone with that without the peat component and snuck in maybe a little more of the grain or something. Personally, but
that's fair.
That's the beauty of an experience like that. You get to play around, and you're doing little 1 and 2 mil chunks together to get 2 or 3 sips off of it to decide what you like. Like, we need to go a little bit more of this. Okay, so come back and
being that you don't know what the finishes are or the ages, because when you do Springbank, it tells you it's all Springbank, and they tell you the ages and the finishing. You kind of know what you want.
So
but you have to blend. You have to blend at least 2, because they do have a 13-year-old Springbank completely filled with Oloroso, and it's amazing. But you can't have a full bottle of that.
So, what kind of proportions do you have to do for your blend, though? You just
have to have 2. So you have to fill it up to 700, but you can at Springbank they have 500 milliliters is the maximum.
Okay, so you can only go 500 and 200. Okay,
but at Cadenheads you can go up to 650. So 75 British pounds. Yeah, with the bottle. It's essentially you paying for a Cadenheads blend bottle.
It's a great deal.
No, that's definitely.
You have to get to Campbelltown. It is not cheap to get to Campbelltown. You got to fly over there, and then it's a 2-hour drive essentially from Glasgow, and then you got to stay over. Which I say all the time that the drive is amazing. The Campbelltown people are some of the best people in Scotland, and it's just a fun time.
Nice. All right, 16.
16 is interesting. I can tell that slope is starting to tilt up a little bit there.
Yeah,
because that's how you roll.
Ooh.
I always get people the first 10 days. They say, "Oh, I thought this was going to be better," and I'm like, "We have 25 days total. If 15 of them are really good and the first 10 are just average, cut me a break, please."
Yeah, and most of them are still pretty damn good in the first 10. Might be a couple you think are fine, but really and truly, they're still really good whiskeys.
So Spencer was asking, is that 75 plus the bottle or 75 total?
So 75 total.
So it's 75 for the tour and the experience, and you walk out with a bottle.
Yeah, so the Springbank tour is 250 pounds a person. That's different. The Cadenheads blending session is just the blending session itself, which is just it's the bottle. But you get to try. I mean, you could sit there all day and just be like, I just want to taste things, and they don't care because you can't drive anywhere because it's illegal to drive with any alcohol in your system in Scotland. So if you pour and you're like, oh, I want more of this, they'll just give you a whole nother flask, and it's totally fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long? So you just walked there from where you're staying, or how does that work?
I stayed in Campbelltown. Campbelltown's maybe 12 streets. We're talking, it's really small. So you stay in the city. It's a 3-minute walk from Cadenhead's shop to Glen Scotia, and you have to pass Springbank on the way. So it's not everything's very close.
Okay, so it's no big deal to walk there from the hotel. Okay.
Yeah. Think of it think of it like the Bastard's Ball when you have to walk from Anglebrook to the tower. That's the size of from the edge. Yeah. Wow. That's the edges of Campbelltown. You'd walk from one edge to the sea.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, Andy. It's tourism because a lot of people do not drive on the left side of the road, and B, it's they have this whole thing where drunk driving is not tolerated whatsoever. That was it was a serious culture shock to me because in America we're like, oh, just drive from brewery to brewery to distillery for a whole day, and no one really cares. Right. There, it's like they won't serve you if they think you're drunk and you have nothing. They're just like, we just won't serve you. It doesn't matter because they will lose their distillery license because of it.
Oh, wow! What a crazy, weird country.
Well, 16 is another interesting choice.
But they'll give you those driver drams though. But there's only one dram, right? It's not all the whole flight in little minis, right?
No, I mean it depends what tour you have. I've had ones where, like when I went to Ben Riach in March, I wanted to try a bottle to buy, but I couldn't try it. So they poured me a dram of it to try after I bought the bottle.
Oh, jeez.
That same thing where we did a tour. And I was driving, but like my girlfriend could taste everything. But they gave me pours of all 6 things that we had, and I was able to try them later.
Okay, that's
yeah. I'll give you samples.
A lot of the times, if you don't finish your samples, they have sample bottles ready to go, so you can just pour them into sample bottles and just take them with you, which is super nice.
That is very nice. I would love some places like, okay, I don't want that much, especially like breweries are the worst about it. I'm like, I don't want a flight that big. I'm like, I want it to be the same as my whiskey samples. I want like an ounce or less with the breweries because most of the time I don't want to drink whatever you all. And actually, we found a cool one in Gainesville like that. They're like, yeah, all that we can use samples that they're all free. You can try everything in the whole bar if you want to. They're like 1 ounce samples for free, and then whenever you tell us what you want to drink, and we'll pour you a full glass. Like this is a great deal. And I tried like 16 different things, and they're like, okay, then I'll have whatever. And I was like, this is fabulous. And the beer was all really pretty good there. This is really interesting.
Do we have a region at least?
On 16?
Yeah.
I haven't tasted it yet.
I know we've got some time, so I'm not trying to push, but.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's crazy. Fruit and chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Super malty.
I will say everyone that I know who's been to Isla tells me how busy it is, and they were not expecting it. So going in the winter might be the call.
I don't know, maybe Highlands on this?
Ooh, Highlands.
It doesn't. It's not quite as light as I normally get in terms of the base, as what I normally see from Speyside.
Oh, that's my first sip of this, and that's really good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
My hint will be: this distillery has been at the Bastards Ball. So they've had a open bottles to taste there once. I don't think they've ever come again.
Talnua?
Yeah, you're correct. Talnua.
I was like, yeah.
So this isn't the interesting.
I was like, it's young. I don't know. I'm guessing maybe 4 to 5 years old. Because they make what, both single pot still and single malt there at Talnua, or is it just single pot still?
I've just never had single pot still. Okay. They triple distill single pot still like Irish.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they're the Irish style. Yeah, they were supposed to come on the show, and then I don't know how. So I found out my brother apparently goes to church with like his parents, and so it's like, oh, that's interesting. So like, yeah, we need to call him. What the hell is he doing? He's going to show.
I'm not getting that American single malt note off of this one, but if they're doing triple pot distillation like Irish,
yeah, so like red breast.
Explain that, because just the way that plays out is so different from.
Which explains the fruitiness with the triple and the single pot still on it, but it doesn't have the Irish.
Doesn't have that buttery.
Markers. Yeah, and
no,
it's younger.
Not buttery at all.
So it's good. I don't think is Talnua even available in Texas yet.
No, it's not.
I didn't think so. Yeah,
this was distillery pickup.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
That's good. Give them a little bit more time to get some serious age on that stuff. And
no, they're doing a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if anyone liked this, I am sorry. There was only 1,000 bottles, distillery only released. They produce this line every year. It's just not the exact same makeup of it.
It's very good, very interesting.
Their Saints Keep 2023 bottling.
Okay.
Hold on.
Nice.
Old Saints Keep. Okay. Very cool.
Front of my head. There we go.
There we go. Very cool. It's very good.
It does not give age statements or anything like that. It doesn't, even on the bottle, it doesn't say what, it just says distilled from a mash of malted and unmalted barley. But this is it's finished in a Madeira and cognac barrels. We don't know how long. We don't know what the percentage is. But that kind of fruity finish, I think, is a lot of the Madeira.
The Madeira coming through,
yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Quite nice.
So I've only had a few things from Talnua, Spencer, but like I like this one for what it is. I just think that like this is a good American single malt finished in a couple things.
Except it isn't a single malt.
Well, single pot.
Well, it's not a single malt, but to me, I wish the category of single malt in America was just anything with 51% malt. Like, just call it what it is. We call bourbon, even though that's like not 100%.
Yeah, well, they do. They call it malt whiskey instead of single malt, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's because it's 51. Where if it's 100%, it's single malt, and it's like in a single pot still with the unmalted. So, although technically none of those exist.
Not yet.
Soon. Because I mean, because Iron Root makes a single pot still, so
yes.
And it's quite good. I think you had the Kelt. So, all right, 17.
You're confusing the hell out of me this week, Ben.
That's the whole point of this calendar is to take
weird and interesting.
Yeah,
because you could just get crappy regular things and like, oh look, it's a 46% or some piece of crap from it's a core lineup. Oh wow, it's got Buffalo Trace in it. Woohoo! Or it's got a Weems, but it's a regular Weems or a regular Lost Distillery you can buy on the shelf for $30. Like great. And half those calendars exactly what they are. Half it's that crap. These are at least all interesting and shit I would never pick up basically almost ever, which is why it's perfect.
Agreed.
Ooh,
and even when I have some of those core range lineups, it's a distillery that's either new and people are not going to usually buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's a store pick where it's like, it's a good store pick. Just take it for what it is.
Yep.
Hey, Chris, good to see you. Our friends down there in Oz. Always good times. Hopefully, come next year, we'll get to stop in DFW rather than just having a stop at the airport and leaving. And then you guys come check out the castle. It's be good times. And maybe by then, Lilith will like scotch. So, who knows? We can try. But she did like some of the signatories all right when she was here last time, so that was a plus. Oh, I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's really nice on the nose.
I have a guess what this is. Oh, yeah, baby. That's the good shit. Is this what I think it is, Ben?
What do you think it is? That's what I'm...
It's a hell of a lot of sherry on there.
Ah.
It's a cask strength.
Yeah. And a lot of sherry.
Pretty sure this is a single cask.
Yeah. I think you know what it is. Yeah.
I think it's, that's what I think. I won't say, and I'll let Steve. Well, I assume it's the one that I put in there.
I have no clue.
No, you are wrong.
It's close to it, though.
It's close to it.
So, okay, so I'm on the right path then.
I won't spoil where that one is.
No, I don't want you to. But no, that's interesting. Yeah. It's very close to that one. So,
I would say save this whenever you have left in your sample bottle.
Oh yeah, I still
And
got
then
most
you
of it. There's
Love,
still
love, the
3/4
A,
of it.
would love to hear you AB those.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's right, Chris. Yeah, it was not bad at all. So yeah, she only didn't like one or two. So that's definitely perfect.
Wow, that is clingy too.
Yeah, I love that. So
even after rinsing my mouth out, it's still.
is it another signatory product or is it a different independent bottler?
It's not an independent bottle. Like it's
Not in. Okay, so this is
It's
an
a- it's-
actual distillery release.
it's a limited release.
So is it a single cast or just a limited release?
Limited release. There's 11,124 bottles.
It's fabulous. Like that is an unbelievable amount of sherry, though.
If you live in Texas, Specs I know has at least 4 of them in the state. That was also back in November. I don't know if they have sold by now, but I know Houston had 2, Dallas had 2, and Austin had 1.
Okay.
But you can still get this on the website from the distillery. Like if you want it today, you can pick it up. You have to pay shipping, but
Sure. Yeah, Chris, no doubt that was very entertaining with William for sure. Did you make it to Mirage at all, Steve, when you were here or no? Oh, fabulous stuff.
This is good.
This is really, really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, as much as I do love a amazing sherry bomb, this is definitely down that what I really love in Scotch.
2 oxide.
Oh my gosh, that is freaking wow! That's great. Huh. Okay. Interesting. And this to me is I love this punch of that and that more sulfuric note. I really love that note in a heavily sherried Scotch, and I like that little bit of extra punch on it. So for me, that's a good note. But I know other people are not a big fan of that note. Cannot be. So especially find a lot of women that I've had things that are like this were not big fans of because of the sulfuric note.
Yeah,
from this.
I
But
believe
I
it.
think it's fantastic. It's a love or hate on this one, I think, for most people.
Yeah. If you can't find Springbank, look for this distillery. They are doing things not in the same way, but at the same quality.
Okay. So is it Kilkerran then?
No.
No. Okay. Man.
I don't know if you've even had this. I'll say this. We talked about this distillery earlier in the stream, if you can remember any of what we talked about.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Too much sulfur. Okay, interesting. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, the guys don't like the sulfur. Okay, that works. Hey. And for me, this is my please let me have as much of this as possible.
This was fully matured in cherry, so that does make sense for some people.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I was like, this has to be a sherry cask completely.
Yeah. Oh, you're giving him too much credit.
So what do we got here, Ben?
Well, I'll say Freedom Malts, you were correct. Just mull it over.
Oh, it's Lecheg, though?
Nope.
It's Tobermory?
It's Tobermory.
Really?
Yeah,
That's Tobermory. I would not come up with a
17-year-old, fully matured in Oloroso.
Wow.
So I think, is it this
Fuck.
way? Yeah, so that's non-chill filtered natural coloring, but it is.
I think that may be the best Tobermory I've ever had. That is fabulous. Holy, this is cast strength, you said?
So it's not cast strength. It doesn't actually. It tells you 55.9.
Okay, so higher. Yeah.
I don't think they water it down, but it also is a blending of barrels. So, like, I would assume it's not 55.9 when they get done with it, but it's up there.
Right. Well, I love that. Yeah. So you think this is still available? Okay. So what you said? What's the finish? You said this is what is it? Oloroso sherry?
It's 100% fully matured in Oloroso sherry cask. It's $143 on the website right now. Now shipping is about $100, and you can only buy the 70 centiliters size. You can't buy any of the 3 centiliters. But at specs, the last time I saw it, it was going for $265 plus tax. So you are saving money.
I may have to look for an alternative at that point. I don't have a job.
Yeah, it is expensive. This like most people would not buy this, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you did because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I would.
Day 18 is dark.
Yeah, day 18 is.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
Oh, yeah, we're not on 18 yet, Andy.
We're just getting.
We're moving to it. But don't forget, in less than 30 minutes, we'll be on with Broken Barrel and their founder, with Seth. Yeah, you're right. This compared to the other one should be very fascinating to see how those compare. Ooh.
One of the reasons why I put it in this way.
Now, granted, obviously I was going on memory, but that's based on memory, that should be very similar sherry notes. Interesting.
Don't get the huge sherry hit on the nose.
No.
It's like it's there. You can. There's. I think it's there, but not as.
Yeah, not like the last one. No.
Yeah.
This is more like beer type nose wise.
A little peaty, ashy.
Oh. That's not what I expected.
A little effervescent.
So those notes, Freedom Malt, is why I compare it to Springbank, because I think Tobermory has that dusty character that you get from those old distilleries that are still using, like, it's not peated, but we know that there's peat being used.
Yeah,
that's where you're getting those army, dingy, dirty notes.
I do wonder how far that was run after Leche came out of the stills.
I mean, you can still find independent bottlings of Tobermory that is peated. They just didn't call it Leche. So
right.
I know at Springbank, Longrow has 2 weeks, and Hazelburn has 1 week, and they're not back to back. There, they just decide that, like, this, we're doing one versus the other, and the rest of it is Springbank, and then the other half of the year is Kilkerran at a different distillery.
Right. Okay, this is unique.
Just looking at the color of these, though, you would think, like, oh, this is completely ex-bourbon comparatively to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is just so dark. This reminds me a little bit of the 2017 Lagavulin cask strength, but with more sherry.
Ooh, nice.
A lot more sherry than that.
I saw that Leche Grovia the other day, but I found out there's a place I can get it way cheaper online. Because it's like $40 cheaper online.
Dude, that Sinclair series is amazing. I saw that at like a Tesco in Scotland, and it's just sitting there. It's really, really good.
And cheap.
Yeah.
You want too much in the States, but overseas you can get it for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Which I'll be ordering it from them. It's way cheaper. As I think I found with most Scotch, I'm at the point I can get it for 50% off of ordering it online. for the vast majority of it.
I'm telling you, it's cheaper to go over to Scotland, have an experience, see the distilleries, buy the bottles, and then bring it back. Now, I would do that anyway because I'm an enthusiast. But if you're buying $300 bottles, like, what's the point of that now? Like, just go over there.
Yeah, for real.
This one's really good.
I also want to say we're in 2023 and we're getting sherry that's amazing. Like, I would put this up against some of those 80s Macallans and be like, this could hold itself.
Yep.
There are still great deals to be had. This idea that whiskey's dying and will never go back to what it was.
Oh.
Do not reminisce about the past. There was some absolute crap that was being put out there.
Have you had this yet?
No. What is that?
This.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
So, I had it back in July when they did a private tasting.
Yeah.
And I had every separate component, and then we had the blend together of what it was supposed to be.
But
I haven't bought a bottle of it yet.
So we got that donated the other day. Eric showed up at my door. He's like, "Hey, happy anniversary!" Because our 20th anniversary was Friday. It is it's tomorrow's review. That thing is one of the best things Buckman has ever made by far. And you talk about amazing sherry. Yeah. That is one of them. That's an American single malt that is doing it right.
Yeah, Emma and Jared are really great on the blending side.
Yeah, that thing is just stellar, stupid good.
I mean, okay, Andy. Yeah, it's not 26 years old. I can tell you it's not 26 years old. We're only half the years. So.
Yeah, I think that will be a rough and a...
But yeah, I also wouldn't want this at 26 years old because this is so dark at this age. We're talking 13 years old. Like this is 13. It would be oversherried.
I don't know about that. It could use a few more years. I don't know about 30. I'd have to sample it along the way just to be sure.
Of course.
Just to make sure. Yeah.
Got to be careful. Because I mean, you get the huge portion of the sherry influence really comes in that first couple of years, and then the amount you're getting per year tapers off. But it does keep adding and adding and adding. This is good.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's a great
I will say later tonight I'm trying both of these versus the Hazelburn 15 Oloroso from this year 2023. To see which one I like more because all of these are great. So
and then next Saturday will just be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Reminder everybody, the last stream is going to be Saturday night.
Yes, I don't know exactly time wise. Maybe
we don't
7, 8, something what works for you guys.
We don't have the timing scheduled just yet, but
yeah,
next stream is Saturday.
Yes, we'll definitely.
We're not doing this Christmas night.
Nope, not happening.
No, well, I mean, I'm free. You guys are good.
I was letting Ben run the stream that night. I'm like, Ben can talk what the hell he wants to for the next hour and a half.
So everyone who gets a quiz question gets a bottle, an unopened bottle from your house. That's the way it happens.
There you go.
And you have 33 seconds to find the bottle. So you can go anywhere in the house, but only 33 seconds.
That'll be hilarious.
Hold on. You said an unopened bottle?
Unopened, yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to know where the unopened bottles are.
I don't even know where they are.
He's not lying at all.
I know where my unopened bottles are.
I have no clue. I find shit unopened all the time.
I have too much.
Oh my god, cool! This one's unopened. Eric was asking me about the Podcastle 16. I'm like, sure, I got one of those. I'm like, oh, look, it's not open. Cool. Guess I'm not opening this today.
I know where some of them are because I know I put them in a closet, but I'm not telling you which closet.
Oh, that's true. You're right. That is there, Andy. That's valid. I forgot about that one. He would know since he bought it for me.
Yeah. So
And it's been there for since 2018. Unopened. Sitting
unopened still? Wow.
Yeah, it's unopened. It's just sitting there, and it's basking in its glory in the media room.
Nope. Anyway, I'm going to spoil it for everyone.
All right, so what is this bad boy?
Signatory vintage again. Kregeliki, first fill sherry.
Kregeliki.
Nice.
Wow.
We are. I mean, I think there's what 600 bottles. See if it does it want to go do that. Yeah.
Another 55.9, 689, 679, something like that.
29. I think it says 29. No, 89. You're right. 89. Yeah. I mean, this is dark. Like that is.
Yeah. It's damn near opaque.
So.
And
yeah, this is.
I'm getting that. I'm getting some peat on it.
Well, I don't.
It's like ashiness.
It's that wormwood in the worm tubs. So with the worm tubs, you get that meaty, almost peaty thing with them.
Yeah,
and that's why it seemed light in terms of peat, to me. But I thought that was peat, and you said Kregeliki. I'm like, oh, really?
There's a place you might be able to get one of those, Andy.
I was gonna say you don't need to have my open bottle. There's a place in Dallas that will have a couple of these still.
Yep.
I would love. I will bring this up next time too. This is a Oloroso sherry from Glenallachie. It's a distillery hand fill. But I'm comparing it to everything that we've had the last 2 nights has been, amazing on my end.
Yeah, I bet. Rough thing to have to do.
It's all for science for next year because I always try to make the calendar better and better every year.
Well,
sometimes I fail at doing that.
You surely succeeded.
Yeah, wow. That's what I'm getting, Freedom Malts. It's like a little bit of a quick little hit of ashy peat.
Yeah. There's definitely that smoky ashiness for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. But I know Kregeliki doesn't use coal, and it's all temperature steam.
Right. Patty, this is the best advent calendar. There is no better one. I hate to tell you that there's only 24 made a year, but it's the best one. You want to get on this one.
There are a couple that I know that have better ones out there. They're all single cask from Scotland. They cost about £500.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm not buying them.
No, not at that price. Well, thank you. This was another really good night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I figure we should probably get wrapping up here so to give Matt time to reset.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up in about 5 minutes or so.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
And especially that hand blend.
I want everyone who has it to tell me whether they like it or not, because that
was good. Like I say, for me personally, I think I would have liked it without the peat. What I would have put in instead of that, I don't know. Especially coming into it with you're tasting it and you don't know what it is, so you're just going straight off of flavor. But that's fine because then you're experimenting with it and you're coming up with the blend, and then they're going to tell you what the blend was.
Yeah.
So you're not going in your preconceptions telling you what you want to do with it. You're trying it, finding out which components you like, and you're putting them together, and then you find out what it all is. Which
I'm not a huge Sauternes fan, but I put more of the Sauternes finish, whatever that was from Speyside, in there than anything else. So that just goes to show it's based on profile of what you're tasting. So
absolutely,
totally.
Oh man, I'm not a sherry fan, but I've had 3 sherries in a row now, and this is fantastic.
Very much.
When it's good whiskey, everyone enjoys good whiskey. Doesn't matter if you like sherry, you like peat, you like something else. It's good whiskey.
Absolutely.
So I want to get your guys' opinions on. I won this in a raffle this weekend.
All right.
This Michter's Toasted Barrel.
That the sour with the hold on.
Yeah, sour mash.
Sour mash was a. I know I tasted one. Jason brought down here in 19. It was okay. It wasn't like amazing. It wasn't bad.
It was $105, $106. So
I'd still be all right with that.
Yeah. I probably would have paid that.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the last year at the same raffle I won a single rickhouse from Wild Turkey. The reserves.
Better choice.
I like that one better, but that also was $300. So
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe next year, Ben, we should have you come up to our little Christmas get together with the 5 or 6 of us. We did this incredible wild turkey thing last weekend. That was ridiculous. I think that maybe next year you should tell you to come up. It's a good time.
I'm always down to take the 3-hour drive to DFW to see you.
Yeah, I'll let you know when we do that and let everybody know whatever the theme is, because it was me and Chris and 4 other guys, and it was I'll show you some pictures of it. It's absurd.
Sounds great.
It's like all the ridiculous wild turkeys you could ever possibly hope for from like the 70s and shit were all in there, and we had a donut in there which was so good. There's a cheesy gold foil and
cheesy gold, and then I've had the old Russell Reserve 98. That was
we've had that one in there.
Some of the
so
best
good.
I've ever had.
Yeah, we had that. We had just some old Russells from like early on, the 10-year, like this black labeled one that before there was embossing and stuff, like old stuff Chris brought. That's just like, okay, well, that's an old ass bottle, and it was really good. So
4-1 was the last Jim McEwen release, right? From Black Arts?
Yes. And that thing is freaking stellar.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a backup.
Yeah.
No backup for that one. I only got the one bottle.
I only have one bottle.
I go through it incredibly slowly, so.
Thankfully, I got the last one. Goody Goody had 5, and they were dusty, and I bought the first one. And then we talked about it, and over about a 5-year period, the other 3 got bought, and then I got the last one that was left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
awesome. They're like, oh, and I know you want this last one. You are correct. I will take that off your hands, because that is one of the best bottles I own. So like, it's not that great blind. I'm like, no, it's a great bottle.
For the price point, when it was like 7 or 8 years ago, it was fantastic.
Yeah, for what it's worth now, it's insane.
$800 for 26-year-old whiskey. I can't.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, it's stupid. Like, even I was talking to Larry, he's like, no, I'm not buying it for the bar. Even it's stupid. It's too expensive.
400, whatever it was that I paid was kind of.
Oh, nice. You got an 88, 8-year-old Andy. Nice. That'll be good. It'll be really good.
Yeah, the calendar starts ramping up now exponentially, where we're starting to try super limited stuff or super rare stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Thursday's release. This is the Four Roses 135th anniversary edition.
Nice.
Have you had the 125? That was 2013.
Yes. We're going to do a blind of everything from because Chris is going to bring some stuff too. We're going to be from 2010 through 23.
Yeah. That 2013 125 is my favorite Four Roses, and I've not tried them all, but I've tried some of these these higher 14-year-old OBSKs and whatnot, and it's just that 125 is amazing.
Well, you want to come up when we film it? You're more than welcome.
What are you filming?
It's going to be every LE from 2010 to 23 from Four Roses.
Yeah,
I don't know what date. Sometime in January.
I might text you to come up. I have to go up to Iron Root anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
it would be worth your time to come. So it's the Catalina and then Cataleja and this one, and then Steve, just for you, Old Smoky's Shine Nog for Saturday. You'll be very happy.
Let it happen. Will he hate it?
First of all,
yes,
Will already hates eggnog.
Yes.
So you knew it was going to be good. All right, and then in 9 more minutes, Broken Barrel will be here with their founder.
Well,
we have that going on.
Cheers to that.
So that
gentlemen, I shall see you again on Saturday.
Yes, for sure. I don't know exactly what time yet, guys, but sometime that evening, we'll make a decision, put it out there earlier that day what it's going to be.
Yep,
it'll be a different background. If I don't get back to you, I'm driving from Tennessee to New Jersey that day, but I will make it happen. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll be in New Jersey before 5 p.m. Eastern. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it won't be that early anyway. So
there's no way we're starting at 4 Central.
No, we're not.
But the background will be different. You might hear screaming children.
That's like a 7 o'clock Central kind of start time.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're going to probably go to Mass
like that.
at 5:30 anyway for the 4th day Advent.
And to you, James, thank you, sir.
Well, as always, thanks, dudes. Fantastic time, great stuff, and we will see everyone on, I guess, here in about 8 minutes for Broken Barrel, and then if not, we'll see you guys on Saturday. So, cheers to all you guys, and we will see you then. All right, everybody. See you guys.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.